This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a GE dryer that won't start, and sometimes this can be due to a faulty door switch down here in the lower left-hand corner. Sometimes it can be due to the belt being broken, and we're just getting no response. So I'm going to check a couple things. I'm going to pull back on the plug a little bit, and using my multi-tester, I'm going to look for voltage between these two terminals, and I'm getting a good amount of voltage here, so I know it has power, but still it's acting like it has no power. So one of the switches is not working as it should, and what I'll do is unplug it, and I'll take a look at the door switch. So I'm going to undo these two Phillips head screws. When I press the door switch, it clicks, so it sounds like it's working, but there may be something else going on. And if the belt breaks, there's a belt switch that'll disconnect power also. But when I turn the tumbler by hand, it feels like the belt's still engaged because it doesn't turn super easy. It feels like it's still got the motor on it. So I'm going to be taking out this top panel, and then I just have to take out two screws in the upper left hand and upper right hand corner so I can take the front panel off. So zip out that one and get the right side done. This was a pretty easy, fast repair. And I'm going to lift up on the front panel to disengage it. And then I'll pull back a little bit and then lift up a little bit more, disengage the bottom clips. And now I got the wire still attached to the door switch, and what I'll do is just test out that circuit. I have a continuity tester that will beep if it has continuity. I know the door is closed, so it should be beeping. It should have continuity. I'm not getting any result, so I think that's a problem why the dryer acts like it has no power, because this is cutting power to the motor, cutting power to the timer. Just double checking it. Yeah, no continuity. So it could be just the switch is dirty. I'll try to clean it and see if that helps out. So I'm going to use my needle nose pliers just to pull the two spade connectors off of the door switch. And then I'll open the door. I'll use my standard head screwdriver to gently pry on the right side and left side to make the switch let go, and I'll pull the switch out. So you could actually do this without taking off the front panel. You could just take this off by prying it off and test it. So I'm using my continuity tester, and I'm not getting any reading when I press it on the button. There's no change. So it could be a bad switch, but it does click. So I'm thinking maybe it's just dirty. Seems like it's working sometimes. Yeah, there we go. So that makes me think it's just a dirty switch. I'm going to use some electrical cleaner. I'm going to spray it in and then move that switch back and forth, and then spray a little bit more, move the switch, and hopefully that can clean off the contacts so that it gets a better contact when it's back in the unit. So now we'll take it back and then test it again for continuity. And now I'm getting a good continuity each time I press it on the button. So I know the switch is working, and I'll just go ahead and reinstall it and put the front panel back on. If the switch just wasn't clicking at all, you could buy one of these online really cheap. Maybe have Amazon send you one. You just need to put your model number in a Google search with the word door switch. While I have it open, I'll just get some of this lint that builds up in the duct out of there. And I'm going to get this lint off the bottom of the door. Could be that some of that lint built up and the door wasn't able to close far enough to engage the switch. So I clean the switch, but I'm also cleaning the door to make sure it can close all the way. We're going to put the wires back on. These are the outermost terminals. There's 3 terminals that you could put on, but we're not going to use the middle one, just the outer ones. And then to reinstall the front panel, we just put the bottom part down on the clips first. And we're going to lean the front panel toward the cabinet. We're going to lift up a little bit on the tumbler so it can ride on the front bearing. We have to get these little clips into position, and then we can put the screws back in. Put the top panel back on. We're going to push it in and then push it to the right so it locks in. And then we're going to set it down. Take your time here. This is a little tricky. Once you get it settled down flat, then push the panel toward the back by about 1/2 inch. And then we're going to plug it back in, give it a test. So there we go. That worked. And I'll go ahead and do a little bit better cleaning job here on the door, get all this lint. That could be what was causing it to not activate that door switch all the way. I'm not sure if it was just a dirty door switch or just a bunch of lint blocking the door from closing all the way. But either way, it's pretty quick and easy repair. No parts were even needed. Go ahead and close it, try it again. Yeah, that's working great. So hope this has been helpful to you, and your dryer will be back working again. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance.